Hi guys, welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. So today I'm gonna show you, in my opinion, some of the most useful Horadric Cube recipe. You can use the cube for a lot of things, but I'm gonna show you my favorite recipes right now. Like you'll probably know, you're able to socket one item from the Act 5 first quest. Resurrected will add a socket to an item, and with that you can make spirit and other stuff. You can socket a scalders or something, but eventually you only get the socketing quest 3 times per character, one in normal, one in nightmare, and one in hell. So after you have completed all your socketing quests, if you want to socket an item, what are you supposed to do? Well, there is actually some Horadric Cube recipes that I can show you right now that helps you with this. So you can't do this with every item in the game. If you're going for like an inside, you're gonna have a 4-socket pole arm. You can actually make a pole arm socket with a Horadric Cube recipe that goes 1 pole arm, 1 roll rune, 1 and 1 perfect amethyst. So basically with this recipe you're gonna get a socketed one. And you need a normal base. So unfortunately you can't use a superior item. It can't be damaged or cracked either, and obviously not socketed from the beginning. It needs to be a normal one. And you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 or 6 socketed depending on the base you're using. So let's see. We got a 1, yeah. So this basically is crap, and I can't use the superior vogue. But here we have a battle scythe. When you use this recipe, it's like rolling a dice. So the dice has 6 sides, yeah. So let's say if this base were only able to be 4-socketed, if you roll the dice, if you get 4, 5, or 6, it will have the maximum amount of sockets in there. So you're most likely to get 4 socket out of it instead of 1 or 2. But here we go with the second attempt. 1 socket that time also. Well, like I said, it's like rolling the dice. So the second recipe that I'm going to show you is actually similar to the first one, but instead of a pole arm, we can do this to a shield, armor, helmet, weapon. So this recipe, the first recipe that we showed was for weapons. You can do this to a crystal sword, to make a spirit, and stuff like that. So quite useful, but you can also use it on your monarch. The recipe to make the sockets for shields are perfect ruby and tall. There you go. 1 socket. I promise, guys, you can roll up to a 4 socket on this. So unfortunately now we have used up our monarch, but as I said, monarchs are gonna drop every item that we have socketed. It's gonna drop a lot. I promise you, it's gonna drop a lot. So it's not worth going through the hassle of creating a new character, leveling that up to Act 5 just to get the socket quest. I can assure you, these runes, these gems you're gonna have tons of them. So in the early game, I think this is the way to go. Use these recipes to make a 4-socket monarch so you can use a spirit, or use it so you can make an inside for your mercenary, so you have them meditation aura for your sorceress. Third recipe that I'm going to show you is how to make a normal armor an exceptional one. So, like we have the gold wrap. This is a very good MF belt, but it has one problem, and it's only 3-socketed. It only has the capacity to hold 3 pots. There is actually a recipe that makes this belt even more useful, and you see, it's a heavy belt. You put that in the cube and you put in a perfect diamond, tile rune, and shell, and look what happens. It gets to be a battle belt. And what's the difference between a heavy belt and a battle belt? Well, you can have 4 slots. So a super effective way to increase your pot capacity, because to be honest, it's very annoying to not be able to have enough pots. And you can even make an exceptional item elite item. So here we go. Here we have the skin of the Viper Magi. Quite good. But maybe you're a paladin and you want to have some more defense on you, then you can use, let's see if I can find the cool. So I guess I made an ass of myself and I don't have the cool. Well, there. Here we go. Lem and Colem and perfect diamond. Perfect diamond. Here we go. So here we have, it's now a serpent skin, the armor type, 279 defense. Here we go. It's very useful. So here we go. And all of a sudden we have more than double up in defense. This is the final recipe that I'm going to show you, and this is the most expensive one that I'm gonna show, but it's one that's totally worth it, at least for this character, which is the Javazon. So here we have Titans. It's an amazing javelin, but this is only an exceptional version of it's a ceremonial javelin. So there is actually an elite version of this. So like skin of Viper Magi, we're gonna make this an elite version, and for that we're gonna need pull, lum, and a perfect emerald. So a pull, kinda on the expensive side, very early game, but like in mid game you're gonna find pulls everywhere and you're gonna trade items for pulls, so it's not a super expensive recipe, but a very useful. So there you go. Matriarchal javelin was the last recipe that I'm going to show you. There is a lot of other stuff you can do with the cube, like crafting amulets and other stuff, but that is a totally different video. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. And until then, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.